the Mirror newspaper in the UK is reporting that James Degale versus Chris Eubank Jr. is in the works after Degale has relinquished his IBF super middleweight title. Now, this is a potential fight which I talked about in the video that I did reacting to Degale vacating his belt, but it was just speculation on my behalf. I wasn't saying that the fight was in the works. I was saying maybe this is why he vacated, because Eubank Jr. is a name, and a fight against Eubank Jr. I think would generate a lot of interest in the UK without any belt on the line. Even though it's still, kind of strange the fact that he did vacate it. It would have been a better fight, a more prestigious fight against Chris. Not a better fight in the ring, but it would have been a bigger fight, because belts are marketing tools, really. It would have been an even bigger fight commercially, I think, if Degale versus Eubank Jr. was for the IBF super middleweight title. But be that as it may, even without the title on the line, I think Degale versus Eubank Jr. could do good numbers and be a popular fight. So that to me would be a more popular fight than Degale versus Saunders. So that's why I was talking about the possibility of this fight taking place. Well, the Mirror here are saying that it's in the works, but when you scroll through the article, they don't actually cite any sources. They do have a video here of Chris Eubank Sr. talking about his son ruling the world, but this was a video, an interview that was actually conducted prior to Eubank Jr. I don't think it was prior to the Saunders fight. It was after the Saunders fight, I'm sure. I think it was prior to the Golovkin negotiations that never went anywhere. So that is not obviously a source. So yeah, they haven't actually mentioned a source here. Where they got this information, where they got this notion that Degale versus Eubank Jr. is in the works, I don't know. If any of you have got any more firm evidence or any evidence at all that Degale versus Eubank Jr. is in the works, then please drop it in the comment section below. And interestingly enough, most people who have talked about this potential fight, people that I've seen anyway, they're backing Chris Eubank Jr. and backing him quite heavily against James Degale. Most people seem to think that James Degale is washed up at this point. They think he'd be food for Chris Eubank Jr. They think Chris Eubank Jr.'s work rate, his stamina, relentlessness, etc. would be too much for James Degale. And I can see where they're coming from, but the problem I have with Eubank Jr. is that he has choked the last 2 times he stepped up to elite level. He's frozen on a big occasion. So I can't trust him, not because I don't think he has the physical ability to beat James Degale. I think he does. I'm not confident in the mental side of his game. I don't think he has the inner confidence that his dad had. So he's choked twice. Could it be third time lucky? Possibly. But I can't put my money on someone who's been inconsistent like that from a mental point of view at elite level. I would actually be picking James Degale to win the fight on points. But nonetheless, I'm not Nostradamus. We all get predictions wrong. Maybe Chris Eubank Jr. would take it. I certainly hope this fight happens, because I think it's a fun fight. It's a fight I'd like to see. And it's a fight that I think makes more sense for both of them, or particularly for Degale. I think it makes far more sense fighting Eubank Jr. than it would fighting Billy Joe Saunders. Unless he's going to drop down to middleweight to fight Saunders, which I doubt, then I don't see how a Saunders at a catchweight or Saunders at 168 really makes sense. I don't think it sells much for Degale, and he's in the twilight of his career now, so he really should be looking to cash in and make as much money as possible. How much money would a Saunders fight make? I don't know, and I don't watch people's pockets, but I do want to see fighters maximize their earnings. I do want to see that. They deserve to. Boxing is a very dangerous sport. They put their lives on the line, their health on the line for our entertainment. So I like to see them make the right decisions, particularly in the twilight of their career, when they don't have many more bouts left at top level. I like to see them take dangerous fights, definitely, but dangerous fights that pay a lot of money. And Billy Joe Saunders is a dangerous fight for James Degale, trust me. How much money would it pay? Maybe I'm underestimating Frank Warren. Maybe Frank Warren will be willing to pay James Degale just as much money to fight Billy Joe Saunders as the Eubanks would be willing to pay James Degale for fighting Eubank Jr. I don't know, or maybe more. But those are my impressions anyway of this potential bout. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about it. And again, if you've got any actual sources for this particular claim, then drop them in the comment section. All right, people, it's happening. I'm out.